Any sign of Citron?
Not that I can see.
High alert, everyone. The enemy could be anywhere. Follow my lead.
Let's make this a short mission, right?
That's the plan.
You're on the front lines now. Don't make me worry. Phasers should make quick work of the ice. Is this another Tacon vault?
I don't see a way in.
Vault in the mines was already open.
Must be some way to activate it. Look around. There must be some sort of hidden mechanism to trigger it. I don't see anything.
Are you done? Hidden mechanism. Better to keep it simple. Sometimes the answer is staring you right in the face.
Nicely done. Spread out. Let's see what we can find. And stay on high alert. We don't know where the Tacon that beamed down here could be.
You will need my help.
How so?
Traversal here is trivial for a Tacon, but only a Tacon. When you come across a device you cannot use, merely call my name.
Will do. Thank you. This pattern resembles the transporter device Petty Officer Maris used to escape the Resolute. Portal 6...
You wish to make use of this device?
It's a transporter of some kind?
It allows Takon to move through space instantly a short distance. Very convenient. I will activate the system for you.
Where does it go?
I'm not sure. The markings here must be from after my time.
There's only one way to find out. Soil. Just soil. It's not from this planet, nor any planet in the Federation database. Why is this here?
This is soil from the homeworld. Our capital system. This isn't an arsenal. It's a temple of the ancients. Sacred ground to the Takon. I took my oath as a guardian of the Empire in a place just like this. You cannot imagine the look of pride in my parents' eyes as they said goodbye. Forever. Sorry. This is the first I've seen of anything new from the Takon Empire in a very long time. I'm sure you're familiar with the feeling, that sense of, I thought I was ready for it, but it cuts to the core of your being.
I totally understand that feeling. It's unavoidable and inescapable no matter what you do.
Yes, it's that distant but familiar feeling that's forever, just out of reach.
Can you use this to find out more about what Galvin is after?
The information's encrypted. I can only discern that it's a warship. No. It's the Aphelion. Perhaps the most powerful Takonian ship ever built. I can't access the full file count. Looking through the ship's schematics, it appears to be equipped with some sort of experimental, highly advanced transporter technology.
Transporter technology? Captain, you better come see this. there are more up ahead.
From the looks of it, I'd say someone left in a hurry.
Probably right around the time we showed up. I've seen these before. In the other vault. And if all of those are the same as this, then there must be.
Hundreds of millions, if not billions, all that remains of the Takan civilization. Distinct person, encapsulated in crystalline form.
You thought this was an arsenal. And in a way, you're right. This is how they rebuild the Takan Empire and bioform billions of innocent people.
That seems to be the case. You have to understand is, these life forms were preserved for the benefit of the Takan civilization, as a means of safeguarding the health and well-being of any Takan, should they fall prey to illness or injury. They were never intended to be used for this purpose.
There you are wrong. This was always their purpose, to restore the glory that was lost. Congratulations on your first victory in battle, Captain Riker. You killed a great many of my compatriots, some that I've known for millennia. Are you proud of how much death you've caused? Each Takan life is precious, irreplaceable. Centuries of knowledge and culture, lost with each one you murder.
I was protecting my crew. It's regrettable to take any life. But when someone threatens galactic civilization, force is the correct response.
And I suppose it worked. For now. Thankfully, I don't have to convince you of anything. We'll all be on the same side soon enough.
You can't just bioform whoever you want. Not without a fight.
But that's just it. There won't be a fight. In fact, most won't even know what's happened. 1 minute you're standing there as you. The next you're standing here as one of us.
He's talking about mass transformation. That's what the Aphelion was built for.
Transporter. It'll reconstitute your DNA and bioform you into a Takan in the blink of an eye. This is what they'll use as ammunition.
In a manner of speaking. Yes. Of course, that's the simple version. But the end result will be the same.
I realize you're here to vote. And you seem pretty confident. But I'm not gonna let that happen.
It already is happening. The Aphelion is on its way here as we speak. Now it's only a matter of time. You can't delay that which is inevitable. Which makes your next decision fairly simple, brother. You are, after all, a portal.
I am.
Your sole purpose is to serve as a guardian of the Takan Empire. But you stand here surrounded not by your fellow Takan, but by members of the Federation. By people who deny our fundamental right to exist. You swore an oath to protect the Empire.
You know that's a lie. We deny your right to steal the lives of innocent people against their will.
We're offering them a chance to be part of something greater than you can even imagine. Which side are you on?
Captain Rydek, long-range sensors suggest a massive spacecraft approaching in the distance.
The time has come. I hope we speak again, brother.
Estimated time to contact, 6 minutes and counting.
We can't stay here. We have to get back to the ship.
And we have to preserve these souls. We must take them back to your ship.
Those crystals are ammunition to be used against us. We have to destroy them. Bombard the site from orbit. I'll decide once we're safely aboard the Resolute. Fore to transport. You have to hear me out, Captain. I lost my eyes because of you. I committed mutiny for you. But if you bring those things on board, I'll have no choice but to resign.
If they're taken to the field, they will be forced into new bodies, brought back to life in a way they never asked for.
They're not living beings, but they're still dangerous. And if you don't make decisions to protect us, we're gonna end up like Solano. You, me, the entire crew. We're all next.
Two minutes and counting. It's headed straight toward the vault. The Euphelion is coming into view now, Captain. Arrival at the second vault in less than a minute.
I would remind you, those life forms are to come. Not science, to come. They're not your enemy.
Right or wrong, history will judge you for this moment. Destroy the vault. Aye, Captain. Firing photon torpedoes.
Target has been destroyed.
I am alone. Again. As I was.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, are you? Yes. Words do not unwind the clock.
Captain, the Euphelion is targeting us. Approaching rapidly. They hit us with that bioforming ray, and it's over. Maximum warp. Get us out of here.
Sure, Captain.
Anywhere but here. Now!
Thank you. I'm not sure one of my kind would have done for you what you did for me. I did not expect a show of mercy.
I didn't do it for you. I did it because it was the right thing to do.
I don't understand it. But I'm glad you did.
Now that we're safe on your ship, I think you were right to bring her. Things seem a little different now than they did in the heat of battle.
You can't save everyone. You can try. Didn't want to regret this one.
And you've spared me some regret as well. Maybe there is hope.
Oh, no surprises here. But your shoulder's separated. If you come with me to sick bay, we can get you fixed up in no time.
Thank you. I'll find you afterwards.
You two, check in at your stations. This thing isn't over yet.
I can't believe it, but I'm actually looking forward to seeing Chobok. Not that I'd expect this kind of welcome from him.
Oh, come on, he's got to give us some credit for all we've done.
We'll see. Then again, if he doesn't, that's just Chobok being Chobok.
I can't believe it. You evaded the Takan, ejected their warp cores, and lived to talk about it.
That about sums it up.
They're going to be teaching this at the Academy for years to come. I mean it. Everybody's going to learn how you pulled it off. At the Academy? I wouldn't know about that. After this, you'll probably get a personal invitation to show them how it's done. I heard about Belle. Is Miranda?
As far as we know, she's still out there.
Well, I know Captain Rydek will do her best to get her back.
Hold on. Rydek? What about Captain Solano?
He was turned into a Takan. Rydek had to take over. She's a hell of an officer. But none of us have been up against anything like this. No one has. Not in 500,000 years. I guess there's never a dull moment around here, huh? You telling me it's not always like this?
Not if we can help it.
Talk to you later.
It is agreeable to see you again.
Is that so?
It was by no means a certainty that you would return to duty here.
It's great to be seen, boss. There were a few moments out there off the ship where I wasn't really sure we'd be making it back either. Everything here in engineering is kind of a sight for sore eyes.
Indeed. You should know your absence has left engineering terribly short-handed. During your sojourn, this department has fallen unacceptably behind schedule on both regular and irregular duties.
I gotta admit, it's a little flattering that this place went to hell so fast without me. So, I'll take that as a compliment.
I believe factors other than your absence were also to blame. Normally, I would assign you to one of the many pressing repair tasks. But, given your experience on board the Zeldi, I have suggested you join the senior staff briefing as we determine our next course of action. You can commence your maintenance shift afterwards.
When I heard you destroyed the Takan vault, I was surprised.
By my order?
By myself. Surprised that I was glad to hear it. The Hotari do not wage war or kill our enemies if we can avoid it. But hearing that the Takan, who have decimated my people, took such a loss, is it wrong that it feels like justice?
We've lost so much to the Takan.
These scions of the flame, they're doing the unspeakable. It's not wrong to think the galaxy will be safer with them gone.
I see.
It's coming along nicely. Thank you, Tyrus. I'll take it from here. We're almost done.
I have to brief Ambassador Spock in a few minutes.
Ambassador Spock can wait. You have some fences to mend. I know you had your reasons for destroying the Draconian crystals, and I won't question them. Hopefully this galvanizes the bridge crew behind your leadership. I expect there will be fallout with Portal, assuming he's still with us.
He's not happy about it, but once I explain my reasoning, I think he'll understand.
As long as you're prepared either way, that's all I can ask. It's been a chaotic last few days for everyone. You need to name a new first officer in preparation for what's coming. Basically comes down to Westbrook, Ermot, or the Drozier. Obviously, there are pros and cons with each. But ultimately, the decision is yours. Commander Westbrook has seniority and was hoping to be Captain Solano's first officer.
At the moment, I'm leaning toward selecting Commander Westbrook as the new first officer.
That would be an excellent choice, considering your history. The crew would respect the fact you chose someone likely to challenge your opinions and present a different point of view. You're as good as new.
Thank you, Dr. Duvall.
Always nice to have a captive audience. You shouldn't keep Ambassador Spock waiting.
We'll have Ambassador Spock via subspace shortly.
Thank you, Mr. Ermont.
Petty Officers Diaz and Edsolar have first-hand experience with our adversaries. I thought it advantageous for them to join this briefing. I understand this is unusual, but I trust you have no objections.
Talk about moving up in the world.
These are unusual times, Mr. Chobak.
In all seriousness, what Diaz and Edsolar accomplished aboard the Zeldi is nothing short of remarkable. They're both to be commended, not only for surviving against incredible odds, but for helping our efforts against these scions.
You know, Carter deserves most of the credit. None of us would have made it without his help.
But honestly, we just got lucky. That's all.
I'm sure it was more than just luck.
Ambassador Spock is ready for you.
Put him through.
Captain Ryback, the recent change in station certainly warrants mention, and I trust you to faithfully execute your expanded duties. Right now, we must keep our attention on the clear and present danger that lies ahead, the Takan and their warship. The closest populations are the Hotari and Elysian systems, and they are likely the first targets for mass bioforming. After that lies Federation space. I have advised Starfleet Command to send an impromptu battle group to intercept and assist you, but that will take time. You are our first line of defense. And with our shield algorithms compromised, we are at a great disadvantage.
We can take them on ourselves. We've already had some success against the Takan. We destroyed one of their modified Elydian ships, the Zeldi, in combat.
It was not a true Takan warship, was it?
No.
Remember, our strength is drawn from our ability to work together towards a common goal.
Have we made any progress in finding a way to defend ourselves from the Aphilion's bioforming weapon?
Currently, our shields will not protect us, but I am compiling all of the information the Away team gathered on the Zeldi and cross-referencing it against our own as well as Portal 6-3's methods.
The Away team is sitting right here. They survived without getting bioformed, so we know it's possible. So, what's the secret? How do we defend ourselves? Is there a weakness we can exploit?
As simple as it sounds, the best thing to do is to not get caught, whether it's one-on-one or the whole ship.
We avoided the Takan as much as we could.
But we saw the bioforming, and there's not much you can do.
I found something that might help. It's too soon to say for sure, but We've had some promising indications that Duridium can delay the bioforming process.
Iridium.
It's not a cure. It's not going to bring anyone already lost. But Duridium is a cell stabilizer, so it has the potential to slow down the onset of physical and mental changes, if not entirely prevent them. And might be the only ship in the fleet with this much Duridium on hand.
I'll forego the rest of my treatments if it means the crew will be safe.
Captain, you die.
That's an honorable intention, but it's not that simple. It requires a much larger dose to be effective. We don't have enough Duridium on board to protect the whole crew. We barely have enough to protect everyone in this room.
Sounds like it won't do us much good then.
The use case I'd suggest is that buy a little time for an officer or a small group to complete a task or mission. But it has to be taken at the moment of exposure to the bioforming methods.
Prepare a delivery method for this. Ready.
That raises the question. What is the mission?
The Zelvia's shields were stronger than anticipated. If the Aphelion has even more effective protection, we'll have difficulty breaking through.
We may not be able to block the Aphelion's attack either. But if they do strike, we know their weapon uses transporter technology. We might be able to backtrack their signal path.
Like we did to evacuate Captain Ryback from Tau.
Exactly. We could send an away team onto the Aphelion.
And destroy it from the inside.
If our best counterpunch has to come after they get a free shot at us, that truly is the worst case scenario. We should try to stay ahead of them. Keep the engines running at maximum.
Yes, Captain.
I'll have security personnel prep a boarding party, should the opportunity arise.
Petty Officers Encelar and Diaz are the logical choices to lead any away mission to the Aphelion. They have already crippled one enemy ship. If anyone can do so again, it is them.
This isn't a rescue. It's a tactical incursion. Do you really have some special insights, as Commander Chobok suggests?
Doesn't the fact that we're here speak for itself?
Sabotage is kind of becoming our specialty. We'll find a way to get the job done.
Well, it certainly has the swagger for it.
If this is the necessary course of action, I support it.
With the help of Portal, it should be part of the away team.
I will compile all the latest data on the triporters, just in case.
In the meantime, I want you working on ways we can combat the Takan tech. Shields, weapons, anything we can use.
Yes, Captain.
Anything else, Ambassador?
I know this matter is in capable hands. Hold the line as best you can. Help is on the way.
Thank you. We're at our best when our backs are against the wall. Now's our time to show what we're made of. Thank you, Petty Officers Diaz and Edsalon. You're dismissed.
While we have a quorum of senior staff, there is a procedural element we need to take care of. The Resolute command codes must be transferred to Captain Riker for control of the ship.
Of course.
Computer, transfer all command codes to Captain Jara Ryder. Voice authorization Irma, Echo 4 Lima.
Voice authorization involved. Beta 2 Yankee.
Voice authorization Westbrook, Alpha 710.
Awaiting your authorization, Captain.
Voice authorization. Right. Alpha 3 Whiskey.
Captain's codes transfer. The updated command structure is incomplete. Please designate a new first officer.
Who is the new first officer?
Please designate a new first officer.
is my honor to name Lieutenant Bedrosian as the new first officer of the USS Resolute.
Wow.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
I don't even know what to say. Thank you.
Computer, Lieutenant Bedrosian is the new first officer of the USS Resolute.
Awaiting voice authorization.
Voice authorization Bedrosian, Gamma 5-9.
Authorization is now complete.
Now, if you'll excuse me, there's work to be done.
Nicely done. I think that went well.
Captain Rydek!
Excuse me for a minute.
This is just unbelievable, unacceptable, inexplicable. To be the most senior officer on the bridge, and to be passed over again? I couldn't believe you went to Lieutenant Bedrosian with the information about Captain Solano being compromised instead of me. This.
Listen, I know you're disappointed. I would be too in your position. But considering our history and what we're up against, I had to decide what would be best for all of us. Which is why I chose Lieutenant Bedrosian.
And that is the greatest insult of all. One of the most junior officers on the bridge. Bedrosian doesn't have the experience to be an effective first officer. It'll never work. You might as well have chosen Handar. It doesn't make any sense.
You're obviously entitled to your opinion, but you couldn't be more wrong. Lieutenant Bedrosian is one of the most competent officers I've ever met, and she'll make an excellent first officer.
I'll be requesting a transfer off this ship at the first opportunity.